Hi guys, I'm so excited to finally be filming this long-awaited haul. I know I sneaked it a long time ago, but I've just been so busy with work and everything in life, of course, that I have not had time to really sit down until now, but now I am. I've just finished the first batch of sale orders and I only have like four and a half batches or so, and like I'm turning them out pretty fast, so I feel confident about taking an afternoon to get a little bit more caught up on filming. So I'm going to do this haul and then hopefully I will be able to do a plan with me later this evening. But right now I have this huge stack. This is not everything that will be included in this haul. This is just what I have right now. I have some Glam Planner stuff in here from the buy sell trade, and then I just placed an order today because she just came back and like had a sale and everything. So there's a couple kits from there that I will be tacking on to the end of that. So hopefully that will like kind of seamlessly be one segment of this haul. And then eventually at the end I will probably try to tack on the printable kits that I haven't like formatted and printed yet, because that also takes a long time. And I think there's a couple more I need to purchase as well. So we'll just go over this stuff first. I have Glam Planner, like I said, I have ScribblePrintsCo, and then I have Press to start. So it's just going to be all kits for this haul. I haven't purchased any like icons in a while. I don't think I've needed to. I've wanted to, but I don't think I've like really needed to, especially not if I'm doing plan with me's, especially if I'm not doing plan with me's. So we have a couple from Press. This top one is Lakeside Picnic. This was not the reason that I placed the order from Press, which I don't often buy from her. It was actually the other kit, but this one was one that I saw in the shop and I was like, I need this right now. I think this was public art, but I don't think many people used it, so I wish I remembered like who this artist was. I know who it looks like, but I'm not 100% certain on who it is. I do like the art style though. But yeah, I just thought this was so gorgeous. I love a good picnic kit. I love the colors of this one specifically, like the greens and the purples just really speak to me. And I love a good charcuterie board, of course. I love this this greenery in the background. Now that I like have started drawing clip art, I can kind of like tell how things were done. And I feel like that kind of greenery is like something I could do that's at my level, hopefully. We will see. But yeah, it does look very cool. This also like gives me very strong like Tangled vibes, like Rapunzel. I think it's just the shade of purple, but like I'm really getting Rapunzel vibes from this, so that's really fun. And then everything else in her format I'll just briefly go over. So we have the deco on this page, square boxes, weekend banner. We have the solid color page with some headers on this, which I do enjoy because we have the dinners one on there, which is one that I still use week after week. We have the patterns. And then we have the little thing and headers page, which I still really don't like her little things just specifically because of this like strip at the end. I feel like it just like, I don't know, it makes it look like weird and kind of like old format and also leaves less room to write, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And then we have another full box on this page, which is like a little shamrocky cake, so that's cute. And then we have these look like SPC's sidebar trackers, which are great. These are like old format SPC habit trackers, so I do like using those. Y'all have heard me talk about these movie marquees and how they look weird and inverted. I mean, you can tell why I don't buy too much from Press because I'm not a huge fan of the format, but some kits I just can't pass up because I don't see that art anywhere else. And then we have that page, and then the bottom washi, which is not split yet, but it does have marks for where you can cut it and split it if you wish. And then there is another full box, cute little journal, and some like little finger sandwiches, and then another random little thing there that's super funny, and then date dots. And then I did pick up 2 extras. I picked up, yeah, I don't think these were a freebie. I think these were actual extras that I picked up. I love how she sells them individually. So we have the fashion girl with the black hair, and then the curly haired girl, which is like the one I chose to be kind of like more like me. So I love that. I think I'll probably just use this as an anytime kit because like we don't really go on picnics, and I have like so many picnic kits to where if I did, like I could easily choose out of any of those. It would be nice to go on picnics. So it would be nice to go on a date. Like when you have kids, like there's no time for dates. And then this one is the reason I placed the order. which let me just briefly show you the foiled freebies, which I will be destashing. And then, so the reason I held out on getting this for so long, this was like Christmas before last, I think, possibly, or was it this Christmas? It could have been this past Christmas season, but this is Silly Studio art, and I usually get it from Glam Planner, but she had like taken a very long break, and I emailed her about it, and I was like, are you going to do balsam? And she was like, yes, when I come back, but then she just like never came back, until like today, literally, but she hasn't put balsam in the shop yet. Like, she said it was done, but like she hasn't listed it, and so by this point I had like given up on getting it from her. So by the time I placed this order, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get it from Crest Press then, even though I like Glam Planner format better. So that is why I have this from her. It's not the first time I've gotten a Silly Studio kit from her either, so it's like the precedent has already been set. But yeah, of course I'm obsessed with pretty much everything that Silly Studio does. I just love the like colors in this set. I love the greens, especially this like dark emerald green. That's like, it's actually kind of a forest green, honestly, but it's like one of my favorite shades of green. But yeah, and I love that, and of course the photorealistic like style of the art. I'm of course going to be observing it very closely now, because I'm trying to figure out what is the right balance between photorealistic and like clip art. It's like, I feel like I know how to do the shading, but like the outlines make it look weird. So I'm trying to see her outlines, and she definitely has outlines, but they're like very, like you can barely see them. So if you are going to do photorealistic, I feel like that's the way to go. And honestly, these like textures, are those not just photos? Those have to be photos. And then she could just like draws in the hands, right? Like, come on. I'll see it before I can believe it that she drew that from scratch. Like, there's no way. There is a way. It's pretty easy to trick the eye when you shrink something down that small, but like, I still don't believe it until I see it. Anyways, like, look at that shading on that stocking. Like, that is like a photo. Crazy if she did it by hand. Not crazy if it's just a photo. Anyways, love that. Love the traditional kind of reds and greens. I will always be a traditional Christmas color person. And then we have the deco, everything else. I'm just going to flip through so you can see the patterns. I'm like scared because I'm going to start doing clip art sets, and I don't even know like how you would begin with a pattern. Like, these aren't clip art pieces that are like anywhere else in the kit. So it's not like you can just take a clip art piece and just duplicate it. Like, you have to actually come up with something from scratch. And like, how do you come up with that idea in your head? So all this stuff I'm going to have to figure out. The good thing about this weird coloring style of her little things is that this dark green is writable now that the inside's lighter, because a lot of shops would just do that color green all the way across and it would not be writable because it's too dark. Oh, there's that kitty cat. I do love this kitty cat. It's so cute. Kitty cat. I love cats and kits. I know people love dogs and kits, but I am a cat person. I love cats and kits. Then we have this page. See, there you go. There's the dark green that's not going to show up at all if I try to write on it in pen. And then there is the other full box overlay, and then bottom washi. This was I don't think it was the freebie. I think this was also a la carte, but these are the extra boxes with the hand. No, I think it must have been the freebie because it's just alternate skin tones of that. So yeah, I'll probably just grab one of those. I like how the pants are different colors too. That adds some variety. I love all these colors. Like, I kind of want pants in all of those colors like that, but I got this tall box girl of this girl in this dress to be me, because like, that's the color red that I have everything in. Like, that's my color that looks good on me because I have like kind of the skin tone. So this is kind of like goals right here. Definitely love that. So that is Balsam, and that is it for Crest Press. I think I did recently look at her website and there wasn't anything I needed, but she is still churning out pretty good mysteries. It's just like not themes that I need, but she still got some good stuff in there, so I would keep an eye out for that. So next we'll go into, oh, by the way, check out these nails. Like, I finally put on Dashing Diva nails again, which is what I did before I started filming, because like I didn't want to film unless I had these on, and now I'm like a real person again because I have these nails on. So you guys get to look at these instead of my super long nails like before I'd put these on, because I have to grow out my nails in order to put these on and make them look normal, otherwise they just look like that. Which I have this nail really short because it like curves, like this part curves way down, and so I can't grow it out long at all. So that one has to be short, but the rest of them I have to grow out so they look normal. So now you can see them at their true potential. Okay, so ScribblePrintsCo is next. I don't know if I already said that, but it's pretty obvious. Let's go over the little freebies first. I did already take all the extras and put them with their respective kits. So, and I think there may or may not have been other foiled freebies in here that I just destashed. I don't even know. But we do have this icon freebie, which is Planet Hannah's freebie in dark gray. Is that the Marauders map? That's kind of fun. Anyways, and then we have the $75 and up freebie, 2022 bestsellers. Okay, this is an interesting shade of orange, kind of like peachy orange. Actually, it looks like there's an ombre kind of. So that's cool. I feel like there's definitely some kits that those colors will go with. Also, I'll be decanting those into my own stash. And then the $300 and up freebie, I think, is this sheet of matte labels. Looks like it got a little bit bent over there. I think I do keep hers, even though I like have my own in shop. I think I do still keep hers, and I never ever use this type of label, but I keep them anyway. Alright, and then next we have all the kits, and I think I neglected to actually like separate these out in any type of way, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that right now. I'm just going to put pop culture here and the not pop culture here. So we'll just go over the not pop culture first. Starting with Lilac Woods, which Knish Jess did like a 3-part series with kind of the same like base art set and just like recolored it for different seasons, which is super cool. I have all of them now. And so this one is like a spring and summer one, which I think it looks more spring than summer, that's for sure. Like there's definitely a way that you could have probably made it summer, but I think that she stopped doing that because they like weren't selling super well. I believe that's kind of what it was. But I'm perfectly happy to have a spring one, and I will use all of them. And I think she did kind of like theme them a little bit differently around different things. I don't know if she did that for winter, but I think the fall one was like Rings of Power type themed, and this one was the Last Unicorn type theme. Which, have I seen the Last Unicorn? I think so. Do I remember it? No. So I won't be able to like speak to that, but the book is there. Have I read the book now? I think it was like adapted into a movie, maybe an animated movie. If that's the correct one that I'm thinking of that I've seen and don't remember, then yes. But I definitely have not read the book, so for sure on that. But yeah, I do love these colors. Again, this purple. There's a lot of this purple going on lately. And I'm here for it, of course. This girl's beautiful. Lovely unicorn over there. We got our actually Lilac Woods, which is really cool how she managed to do that. Because like we do have like some lilac flowers, but like the kind of the shadow, there's like lilac color between everything, between all of the trees, so it does look like it's literally just Lilac Woods without like the trees being purple per se. So that was really cool how she did that. Like I gotta start noticing this stuff and like paying attention to like artistic choices now, because I gotta be like making some of my own. So and like that lighting there is, I feel like, gonna be really hard to learn. I feel like it's not that hard, it just looks it like looks hard because it looks really good when it's done. But I feel like it's like needlessly intimidating. Anyway, it does look cool is basically the point of what I'm trying to say. And I love that marble background. Is this a marble moment? Should we be pulling in all our marble stuff? Because like I know that Andrea has marble multicolor in shop, and I haven't picked it up because like there's no time I would ever use it. But if you have it, this would be the time to use it. And also I have marble underlays in my shop, of course, so this would be the time to use those as well. I definitely have some marble washi somewhere, like washi tape. And let's see what else we have. We have gorgeous flowers. Oh my gosh. I kind of just want to draw flowers, like just because they look so pretty, like no matter how you do them. Speaking of flowers, I do have my floral collection in shop as well now. That was the latest collection I did. And then we have some apples over here, which are my favorite fruit. So Love this. Let's go over the extra boxes while we're here and we can put all of the art together. So I think this was the freebie. I think these are alternate colors for this hand, so I think there's going to be another version of this hand later in the kit. But we have this hand with this gorgeous glowing ring. The sleeve like reminds me of Elsa's dress, so I feel like that's a very Elsa reference right there. And then I picked up this, let's see, Lilac Woods 2. So this is just Fashion Girl Sheet 2, which sometimes she does this where she like just puts a bunch of different like skin tone hair colors like mixed on one sheet, and you just kind of like get to pick which sheet you want, which set per se of colors. So I got this one just because I don't really care. I liked this girl with the wings and the blonde hair. Look at this bug on my screen, like literally he's going so slowly. Like, come on, get away. You're just asking for it at this point. And then this girl with the butterflies, and this girl with the butterflies in her hair too. That's really pretty. I didn't realize like how much butterfly aesthetic there was. Which, speaking of, I do have butterflies in my shop as well. Needs to be reformatted though. Look at the sparkles on her dress. That is so pretty. That is a fun effect. I don't think I would have thought to add that, but love it. This is kind of stuff that like Jess thinks of, that like that's how you know she's an expert. So we have that. And then, let's see, we have all of this gorgeous clip art for the deco. Let me move this page. I feel like this is not the most recent format, but I think that's because this came out quite a while ago, actually. I love these two extra boxes of, like, this scenery. I think these are both, like, scenes, but they work so well on their own. You know that an artist is really good when their scenes work well as their own boxes. Like, you can, like, put posts over that, but you can also just use it as a full box. And then we have our glitter headers, and then we have movie marquees, which I do have foil overlays for the specific style of movie marquee. I have overlays that go over all the white areas, and then I have border overlays that go on the inside border. Super fun. So we have those, and then let's see, I never put them down like out of order. I always try to keep them in order, so let's go like this. So then we have our rounded labels, which I never use. Love the squares, but I really don't like rounded labels. I know that other people like prefer rounded labels, which is crazy to me because I do not prefer them. And then we have little things, which, speaking of, I also have little thing overlays for both sizes represented here. And thankfully all the colors are writable. So I absolutely need this page when I plan because, good lord, I always have so many things to write down. Then we have the solid color page, the patterns. Again, like, these patterns are so good. I don't even know how someone comes up with these ideas, but they're gorgeous. And then there's the hand that I was talking about. I'm probably just going to use this one in the kit because that's like me. That's like exact, actually. That's like my exact skin tone. Of course, my nails are red now. I could just be one of those people that like colors their full boxes to like match themselves. That would be funny, but I could. And then there's split bottom washi, etc., etc. So that is Lilac Woods. Did I spend like 10 minutes talking about this one kit? Probably. It's because I'm like observing art now, and Jess is like the style that inspired me to get drawing, and the type of style I would love to be like anywhere close to. Like, I'm not trying to be the next Jess, but like she's the one who inspires me. Alright, and then next we have obviously it's ScribblePrintsCo. Why did I say that? We have At the Zoo, which is a zoo kit, which I love zoos like a lot more than I feel like they deserve it necessarily. Like, zoos are fun, but like I feel like I overhype them a lot in my mind, and then I get there and it's just kind of like the same old thing each time. But like, they are fun to a degree. So I did pick this up for the next time I go to a zoo, which who knows when that will be, but it will be at some point. Looks like the silhouettes got a little overexcited on this kit, but I know they're all gonna like peel up fine, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I think this is Coco's Art House art. If I remember correctly, I think Andre's been using her a lot for customs. And she actually did a great job with the animals in this kit. I feel like animals are going to be like really hard, because like it's kind of tricky trying to figure out like how to do the outlines and like how to do the fur. Elephants, of course, are probably easier because they don't have fur, but like the rest of them, I don't know. I don't know how realistic that lion looks necessarily, but those zebras are perfect. The gorilla's great, and then the bears are also great, and then there's snakes in this one, which I don't know if all of those different types of snakes would be cohabbed, but maybe. As a snake owner, like, I know that that's kind of like unrealistic. You can't often cohab different species of snakes together, but or even snakes of the same species. But still, it's nice to see snake representation in kits. I do love that as a snake owner. I mean, you just know that I'm gonna like draw my snake at some point and stick her in like every kit because I can. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Then we have our double box scene of the entrance, and I like this background because like I've done a background like this with a bunch of trees, but like I like this one because you can like clearly see like the different sections of trees, and like it still looks like realistic enough. Like I need to like take a photo of that and use that as like reference because like that's good. Like I like how I did it, but I like this for like clip art kits better. Anyways, here I am just like observing way too much. I'm sorry, y'all are gonna get way more like commentary than you ever would have wanted now that like I'm in this phase of my life where I get to overanalyze every piece of clip art that I see. So while we're on this full box page, we'll go over the extras as usual. This was, I think, the freebie, which is a double box scene of an aquarium, which I love that it's in here because I love aquariums too. I love both aquariums and zoos. I find fish frustrating because you can't pet them. And I've kept fish as pets, and they are like so boring because you cannot pet them or cuddle them or anything. So you basically just have to watch them and feed them, which is boring. I mean, that's kind of what I do with my snake, but I have no bones about saying that she's boring because she kind of is, which is why I really want a cat, but alas, not quite yet. But I do like looking at all the pretty fish in aquariums is what I'm trying to get at here. They are fun to look at, and they all do cohab fairly well, except for some that'll just like eat each other if you put them together. I'm trying to figure out what that is supposed to be. Is that like, looks like kind of like a whale shark. Like, look at that big long mouth. Like, I want to say whale shark. Could just be like a really small fish, like a catfish or something. I'm just going to pretend it's a whale shark because I love sharks. Actually, I hope there's sharks in this kit somewhere. I don't think so because it's not an aquarium kit, but a girl can dream. At least my tiger's there. I don't know how realistic of a tiger that looks. That looks more like a stuffed tiger than anything. Yeah, the big cats maybe were not 100% a hit, but I'm glad he's in there because that's my favorite animal right there is the tiger. You might think sharks from how often I talk about sharks, but actually tigers are my favorite animal. Then we have our cute little zoo map. That is fun. And then a clothing flat lay, which you don't see too often in kits anymore, but they are not out of fashion yet. Speaking of fashion, we have our fashion girls. Oh my gosh. Look at that girl's hair. Love it. I don't know. Anytime somebody does like curly hair well, like I love it, obviously. The other girls look super cute as well. I always love this like off the shoulder kind of style of jacket or like way of wearing a jacket because like you just know that's not feasible at all. It's just like you move in any direction and that jacket's gonna slide right off. Like it's only good for photos really, and that's it. But I guess that's what this was, is like a photo op moment. Anyways, that's the fashion. I think again this was like the only fashion choice that there was with all the mix of girls on it. Anyway, let's go into the rest of the kit. We have our clip art, like this cute little lion stuffed animal that is so adorable. Did I say clip art? I meant deco. It's clip art deco. You guys can see what it is. Oh, we have an alligator, but not a shark. And we have giraffes, which are pretty good, but it is kind of funny how contrasted they are against the background. Like, they have some pretty serious shadow behind them. I feel like a realistic shadow probably would have been better. Anyways, glitter headers, rounded labels, solid color. Thankfully that brown is still writable. Thankfully. I can just kind of tell from looking at it. And then patterns, and then, oh, flamingos, that's cute. And then bottom washi. So yeah, no sharks, but I'm just going to pretend that's a whale shark, and then I have my shark. I do have shark foil in the shop if you know where to look. So I do have snake foil in the shop also if you know where to look, for those who are in the know. Alright, and then lastly for non-pop culture we have Sugar Bunny, which is one of Jess's like most amazing set. I mean, Lilac Woods was amazing, you heard my commentary on that, but Sugar Bunny is also amazing. Like every time she does a set she gets exponentially better, and so her newer sets are like perfection. I mean, they're all perfection, but like there's just new stuff to amaze me every time. Like, look at this board and like look at the shading to where like you can tell where everything is and like what everything is, but it still looks like clip art and it doesn't look like necessarily like photorealistic. Like, this is like the ideal. Like, if I could do that, then like I would consider myself at my peak. So, Jess, congrats. You've peaked. No, I think you can get even better, but, like, that's insane. And then, like, the lighting on that is good. Like, yeah, I think she is kind of trending towards a more photorealistic style with some things, some of the lighting and shading. But, like, she still keeps those outlines to where, like, there's no doubt that it, like, actually is, like, meant to be clip art for a, like, planner kit. And she's still definitely doing that with the clothing as well. Like, the clothing really only has shading at the folds. So, like, that's, like, stuff I really need to focus on. But, yeah, I love these two fashion girls, of course. Really cute outfits. I love her outfits that she chooses, too. It's, like, all stuff that, like, I would never consider to be an outfit, but then it looks cute on the girls. Carrot cake, my favorite cake. The only cake I like is carrot cake, with the exception of angel food cake. Those are the only two cakes I like. We have, like, a little egg painting. We have a double box scene of the kitchen and the couch, which I just love this double box scene. Building exteriors and interiors I love, which I've said so many times. It's still true. And then this, like, candy board, which, oh my god. Drawing, like, level aside, I would eat everything on this board in 2 seconds flat. Actually, no, I would only do that if it was Reese's Pieces eggs, because I actually keep them on my desk because at this time of year, because I'm obsessed with them, and the bag is, like, almost gone in, like, 3 days. Like, it's a danger how much I love those, but Easter candy is something. And then we have, let's see, some books here, which, you know, I'm about to read the titles because I always do. We have Anne of Green Gables, of course, which I think it's one of those series that's, like, a really long series and nobody knows it is. Like, Wizard of Oz is a really long series that nobody knows it is. Princess Diaries, also a really long book series that nobody knows it is, because there's only, like, 2 movies, but there's, like, 12 books or whatever. Pretty Little Liars also is a show, but is a really long book series with, like, 16 books or something like that. And then Anne of Green Gables also has, like, 1,000,000 books. Wizard of Oz, I think, has, like, 12 or so as well. Crazy. I think I've only read one of Anne of Green Gables, actually, but it was very cute. It was, like, very wholesome. It's, like, one of those books that just, like, warms my heart and, like, makes me really happy, even if it's not, like, super relatable to, like, my life or current day times. What else do we have? Room with a View. Have not seen it. I think that was made into a movie, and I think I saw part of it, and I enjoyed what I saw in, like, school for some reason. And then next we have The Secret Garden, which is another really feel-good book. I just love these book choices. And then Pride and Prejudice, which I have not read. I have read Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which I cannot recommend, but I also have no, like, frame of reference for comparing it to Pride and Prejudice, so take that with a grain of salt. Oh my gosh, look at this house. I want to see this house somewhere else in this kit because I want to see it in its entirety. So much deco as usual. We have this little bunny, the cute little bunny, and I think that's a good way of doing fur. I need to do fur like that. And then what is that thing? Is that a candle? I think that's a candle. And then, like, a little Easter basket type situation. Love these colors. Like, these header colors are gorgeous. Rounded page. Solid little thing page. No, yeah. And then solid label page. Patterns. Again, look at these patterns. I need to figure out patterns at some point in my life. Bottom washi. And then that's, like, a little ear pod case, I think, which I know because Jess has one that she shows in her videos sometimes, and so I'm sure that was where that idea came from. And then we have our little Kittenish Girl Spring Bakery candle, which of course is soy. Very cute. And then I forgot to do what I usually do and show the extra full boxes. So we have an alternate skin tone for the hand with the ear pods. Are they ear pods or AirPods? I don't even know. I think they're AirPods. I don't own those. I own an iPhone and an iPad, and I think that's it for Apple products. I have wireless earphones that are not Apple brand, and I am a PC user. But I love my iPhone and iPad, so I don't know. Call me weird. And then I picked up Fam 2, so whenever she offers Fam 2, I pick up Fam 2. Which, like, slightly is frustrating because, like, this is our skin tone in my family, but our hair is, like, black or, like, really dark brown. But, like, I'll pretend. And then my girl's a bit older than that, of course. She's 11, but I'm still going to use all of these anyway because they're cute. There's a little bit more of that house. And then, of course, this girl in this gorgeous dress with a very slight paisley pattern. One thing Jess is good at is, like, using patterns in her clip art and still making it look like a clip art. Okay. That is Sugar Bunny. And next we have all of the pop cultures. So I don't necessarily know if I have these in any particular order. So we'll just start with what's on top, which is Bluey. Of course, I had to pick this up because Bluey is an amazing show, and we are Bluey fans in this house. Like, I've actually sat and watched, like, several episodes, and, like, they're so funny and relatable, like, for a parent. Like, it's hilarious, and I can understand, like, why kids would love Bluey, and also, like, why all the adults also love Bluey, because there's definitely got something in there for both adults and the kids. And I actually watched one of those, like, 107 facts about Bluey videos the other day, and I learned a lot. And, like, one of the, like, I guess important themes in Bluey is that it does, like, teach kids things, but, like, it teaches them things not, like, through school, like, themed episodes or, like, in any traditional kind of, like, teaching way. It's always about, like, learning stuff through playing, which I thought was, like, really cool, because, like, that's how kids are going to pay attention. So they, like, really represent that in the show, so I love that. So yeah, I have not watched enough episodes to, like, know necessarily all of the characters' names, but I think I have, like, the main family, like, figured out, I hope. So I think that's Bluey, and then I think that's her little sister Bingo, and then the mom is Chili, and then the dad is Bandit, and then that's Bluey and Bingo, and then I don't know who those are, so that's as far as I got. But yeah, I really love this art as well. I think this really did a good job of capturing, like, a 2D show, but kind of in, like, a 3D style. But yeah, this art is, like, perfect. So, and I love the backgrounds. Like, I've always loved the backgrounds in this show. Like, the colors of the show, the art of the show is, like, amazing. So it's really fun to, like, have a physical representation of that in my planner. Love this double box scene of I think that's a house exterior. The little house on the hill. Super cute. I love the symmetry of that box as well. So yeah, that's that. And then the freebie is these 2 extra boxes. There's presents, which I think you can use this as, like, a birthday kit, which I don't think I will, because, like, she's not that into Bluey necessarily anymore. I think she's kind of growing out of it. And then this one is, like, a duck type of food creation, which I'm sure that was from an episode that I just haven't seen. I feel like when I do have, like, a baby and have, like, a young kid, I'm definitely putting Bluey on so I can, like, actually watch more of it. And then, let's see, we have all of our clip art. Again, deco clip art. Oh yeah, we have a house interior double box scene, which I die for. I feel like once I get into drawing backgrounds, I'm just going to be doing a ton of these, because so many rectangles. Let me tell you how much I love rectangles. It's a lot. That's why I love planner kits so much, is because they're all rectangles of various, like, sizes and shapes. I mean, not shapes, obviously they're all rectangles, but, like, various dimensions, shall we say. And then we have our rounded labels, we have our little things, we have our solid color, and then patterns, and then bottom washi and extra full box, which, again, I'm sure those things are from an episode that I don't know, but they're very cute. I was trying to figure out who the artist is for this. I don't think I've heard anybody, like, openly admit that they did it, especially because the art style is, like, so close to the actual show's art style. But if I had to guess, I would say Jess again, just because of, like, the quality of it. And the shading, again, I can kind of tell at this point that it's, like, definitely in the style of, like, how she shades her fashion girls. So that's what I would guess. And also, it's just a perfect kit, so there you go. All right, and then next, we're going to head into a different artist territory, which I want to say that Dusk Design did this. Yeah, Dusk did this one. I remember just talking about it. And also, I can just recognize it by now. But Dusk Designer did this kit, which is Freaky Friday. And yeah, this movie, I definitely grew up with this movie. It was, like, so good to me when I was younger, and then we watched it recently, like, all 3 of us as a family watched it, and it still, like, held up. Like, it was still really good and really funny, and everything with Lindsay Lohan is just, like, awesome, like, back in her heyday and everything. I haven't even seen The Parent Trap, but there's a kit about that as well, I think. But yeah, this is like really perfect for Figure Friday, so I guess I'll just use it to mark the next rewatch, as I typically do with pop culture kits. So we have the mom, and then the main character. What's her name? I don't know. Is it like Anna or something? I don't remember any of the characters at all. And then the love interest dude, who I think, like, when they switch, he, like, ends up, like, going after the mom, which is, like, hilarious and, like, cringy, but it's so funny. And then we have the like, Chinese restaurant or wherever where this all, like, happens. And then we have a photo of the dad, which is funny that it's not, like, the actual dad, but it's just a photo of him. And then we have, like, the inside of the bag with, like, the pager and everything. And then the mom's book, Through the Looking Glass, which always trips me up because that's the name of the sequel to Alice in Wonderland. It's like Alice Through the Looking Glass or something like that. So that, like, makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, which I'm sure was, like, the reference or whatever, but it's always just weird to see that in reference to Freaky Friday. And then we have the band shirt, the guitar, and then the double box scene of, like, the mom pulling her out of bed, which definitely was me as a teenager. I swear to God, my dad would, like, drag me out of bed just like this, because I would sleep in forever, even on Christmas, which was especially frustrating to them. And then, let's see, and then, so while we're here, the double box scene is of the high school, Sunset Ridge High School. This is very well done. Actually, look at the sky. Hang on. Let's take a pause and look at the sky, and look at this sky. It was done pretty much the same way, and using kind of like the same cloud brushes. So it's very possible that this could also have been dusk. Let's just say that. Could have been. Could have been. Yeah, the art styles do look pretty close. I think the people are a little bit more photorealistic with dusk style, though. Yeah, a little bit. Anyways, so we have the deco here. I finally said deco instead of clip art. And then we have two of the best friends of her, whatever her name is, best friends here. And then headers, and then rounded labels. Uh-oh, that's not going to be a writable color. Nope, ain't wrong. So I'm going to have to throw out those little things. Because I don't use foiled scripts. I write everything by hand now. So we have our solid labels, pattern labels, and the bottom washi, and then the little brother with his walrus tusk chopsticks in his nose. So that's funny. Alright, and that is Freaky Friday. And then next, let's do what's next in the pile, which is Under the Waves. So I finally picked this up for the Ariel movie, which I feel like has been, like, hyped up so much for a movie that isn't coming out for a while. Like, the Mario movie was hyped out, like, a lot right before it released, and then it released. And the Barbie movie was, like, hyped up right before... Actually, no, that's also been a very long hype-up period. But this movie, I'm like, why is it not out yet? I feel like we've not been able to stop talking about this movie for, like, a year now. But here's the official Jess art, right? Pretty sure this was Jess for the movie. Yeah, it was. So yeah, I'm glad I was able to pick this up in time for that. Well in advance, of course. And I also have my mermaid collection in shop now, which does have Ariel elements in it. So be sure to pick that up if you also have any mermaid kits whatsoever that you need foil for. But yeah, we have some gorgeous under the sea elements here. We have some, like, very good looking fish, and then we have a crab, which... Sebastian, hello. And then we have this very nice little box scene that, like, would be perfect for, like, one of those quote boxes that goes across both boxes, or, like, quote overlays. And then we have our statue of Prince Eric. Then we have a very pretty ring and a clamshell. And then what is that? I think that's, like, a music box, maybe. Not really sure what that's about. I don't think you can, like, use a music box underwater. And then we have this little box scene as well with a Little Mermaid book. I think that is an actual, like, book cover, like, version of it that you can buy. I'm pretty sure. And then we have the trident. And then we have other things. We have the fork. We have some shells, jewelry, a little purse, the pipe, which I do remember, and starfish. Oh, look at that shell. That's a very pretty shell. I hope we have some deco of that shell. Do we? Let's find out. Yes, we do, right there. Oh, I love that. That iridescence. So good. So well drawn. Alright, anyway, sneak peek of the little deco page. That's going to be fun to put somewhere. And then we have our tall box of, like, her swimming away, which may or may not have been in the trailer, but you can really see her mermaid tail that way. And then we have, oh, I love these colors. Very nicely chosen. Oh, I love this box. That is going to be a good box for a quote overlay. And I love how we get to see a bigger version of that shell. And then, let's see, oh, we have the cast on the background. I love that. Yeah, this is another, like, really good quote box. And look at those bubbles. Bubbles. My bubbles. And then we have our rounded boxes. Oh, I love these colors. These two shades of, like, a teal are so good. And then we have our little things. Solid color patterns. Yeah, that fish scale pattern was, like, perfect for this. And then the bubbles was good. And then we have our bottom washi. Again, this one has like very slight bubbles, and then that one's more like a fish scale, which these two are so great. And there's that shell again with a little pearl. That's my favorite thing in the world. Okay, so that is the Under the Waves kit. I have two like very specific to the new Ariel movie kits, and I will probably use one of them for the week that I see it the first time, and then I'll save the next one for a rewatch of it. Actually, I'll probably save the next one for a rewatch of the original Ariel movies, because I have a feeling I might not enjoy the live action as much. Next we have Wednesday, which I'm going to go through very fast because it's all going to be spoilers to me, because I still have not watched Wednesday, and I got this kit with expectation of watching and liking it, which I do this a lot with pop culture. If it's something that I haven't seen and I don't want to see, like The Parent Trap, like I just won't buy a kit, but if it's something that I feel like I'm going to really love, then I get the kit. So voila, Wednesday's here. I have loved pretty much every other The Addams Family project that I've seen. I have not seen the original show, like back in the, I don't know, 80s or 90s or even earlier than that. I'm not sure when exactly the original show came out, but I have seen the, like, I think they were Tim Burton movies. I have seen those movies, and I have seen the newer animated movies, so I'm pretty well caught up on Addams Family stuff except for Wednesday. So I feel like there's a good chance I'll enjoy it. So I don't know who like anybody is except Wednesday and then Morticia and Gomez. But like all the other characters. I think it's like her at high school or whatever or something. So everything else I don't recognize. So I'm not going to like glance too much at it to spoil myself. But here you go. Here's all the extra boxes with all these characters that I don't know. Oh yeah, this was, I think, the first kit that I picked up where she had started doing the thing where she does, like, little scenes in half boxes that you can, like, put somewhere if you want, or just layer them together as, like, one full box. I will probably have fun, like, using these separately and trying to break up, like, activities and stuff. That's a little oopsie right there, but that's okay. I'll probably just use the other one. And then there's Thing on a typewriter. And there's another character I don't recognize. I can tell one of these colors is not going to be writable, which is a shame whenever that happens. And then patterns, and then bottom washi. And then I guess she's dancing for some reason. Do not spoil this in the comments. I will kill you. Alright. And that is Wednesday. To be watched. Stranger Things Season 4, also to be watched. But right now, Elisa has me, like, at gunpoint. Watching The Walking Dead, so I have to finish that before I get caught up in all the things that I actually should be watching. Okay, so next we have The Force, which is yet another amazing Star Wars kit, which I'm just like collecting them by the dozen at this point, and have not used a single one ever in my life. I also want to do Star Wars foil. I feel like that's something that needs to be in my shop. I have like Harry Potter, I have freaking Stranger Things foil, I have Twilight, I have like everything else. Like I need to do Star Wars foil. So I don't have Lord of the Rings either, but I want that as well. I want to do that as well. I actually want to do clip art of, or like custom art of The Hobbit, because we just finished those movies and they're so good. So yeah, either I'll commission that or I'll do it myself, but that is something I want to do at some point. But yeah, so this is The Forest. So this is just like Star Wars in general. I think this was another Coco's Art House one. Yeah, you can kind of tell. So you have a double box scene of this planet. Don't ask me what the planet is called. I don't know. I've seen all of Star Wars. Well, not all of it. I've seen all the movies and the spin-off movies. I think I've even seen like the Clone Wars movie, the animated one. But for some reason, like Star Wars trivia and like facts about it and like names and places, I cannot keep any of it in my head. I cannot keep it straight. I don't even know, like, who the rebels are and what imperial forces, and I don't know what anything is. Don't ask me. It's just, I can't keep it straight in my head. I'll watch movie after movie after movie. Can't remember a darn thing about it. There's just too much. So I remember the names. I can't, like, look at that and tell you, like, what place that is. So, is it Tatooine? I don't know. I know it's not Dagobah. Okay, I lied. Those are the only two places that I know. This is gonna be really funny. Darth Vader. Boom. Success. I win. Okay, I lied. I mean, I know the main characters. I know Yoda, Chewie, Luke, Leia, Obi-Wan as an old dude. And then that is that place. Is that where he, like, grew up? I literally, probably a month ago, knew where Luke grew up. Like, what it was called. If it's not Tatooine, it's, like, that one other thing that, like, I don't remember. Anyways, while we're here, let's go over the extra boxes. I think this was the freebie double box scene of everybody in the Millennium Falcon. That's the name of it. Okay, for some reason I remembered Kessel Run before I remembered Millennium Falcon. But, like I said, I got all the words. They're all up there somewhere. I just can't put them to anything specific. So yeah, we have Han Solo in there as well. So that's fun. We get a little clip art of that classic scene, and then I picked up all the extra boxes, of course. So I think that is the AT like walker thingy. I don't know exactly how you say that, but I think that's how I've seen it written. And then we have Luke with a Yoda on his back, which is really funny. Is that Dagobah? Is that where Yoda, like, lived for a while in the swamp? Maybe. And then we have Han Solo, and then we have C-3PO and R2-D2. Darth Vader gets his own tall box, because of course he does, and then Jabba the Hutt. And then I don't know who that little creature is, but that creature is hilarious. And really looks like a Muppet creation. Like, if there's something like that in, like what's that? The Labyrinth with, like, David Bowie. If there's something like that in there, that would not surprise me. What is that? Is that a TIE fighter? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just gonna embarrass myself. Maybe that's a TIE fighter. They are different. One of them is the TIE fighter. Anyway. And then we have this double box scene with Darth Vader, Stormtrooper. Is that some kind of Mandalorian? I don't know. And I don't know that guy's name, but I recognize him from somewhere. And then that's the Death Star. There we go. I survived this far. Not bad. Not bad. I swear I've seen all these movies. I just have internalized none of it. And then we have our little half box scenes here. I know those guys. I don't know what they are. Like sand people or whatever. They like to steal things. I think they're stealing R2-D2 right now. And then we have the Cantina band somewhere in some cantina. I can remember the song that they play, but that's as far as I get with that. And then so many boxes. This is going to be, like, crazy to try and use all these boxes, but you know I'll do it because I always do. We have a double box scene of, I remember this scene. This is when Darth Vader tells Luke that he is his father. So I'm glad we got that classic scene in there. This is, like, very, like, classic, like the older Star Wars movies, like not much of the newer stuff at all. So there's a gap. There's something that we could have in the future. This is the rounded labels. Little things. I'm sorry, I was trying to remember if we had a kit with like Kylo Ren and Rey in it, which I feel like we did at some point, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Solid label patterns. And then we have our full box, which of course was meant to have a quote overlay on it, and then our bottom washi. Alright, and that is the Force. And lastly, from this pile, we have Wakanda Forever, which we did see this movie. Like basically when it was in theaters, right when it came out, and it was enjoyable. I liked it a lot, actually. I didn't super love the original Black Panther, but I liked Wakanda Forever. I thought they handled a lot of stuff really well. They handled the internal conflict with Shuri really well, and then they handled the passing of Chadwick Boseman really well as well. Like, they did everything respectfully and properly, so that was cool. And, like, all the conflict between her and herself, and then also Namor was also like really, really good. It made for a good, thought-provoking movie. So it's like one of those movies where like you can't help but like Namor, even though like he actually is kind of a jerk and like an evil guy. Like he's still like a compelling character. Anyways, this is gonna be another one where I don't remember like anybody else's names. This is, I think, the girl that they introduced in this movie, who's like gonna be like the next hero of some kind. That another character whose name I don't remember, but she was in the first movie as like a warrior, and she has like a much more prominent role in this one, which is like very cool. No, is that girl who they introduced? Maybe it's the same girl, two versions of her, possibly. And then that's the Queen, and then that's Chadwick Boseman, of course, as the Black Panther original. Shuri, and then our double box scene of Wakanda. Yes, that is Wakanda. I know places. And then we have tall box scene of the Black Panther. And we have our extra full boxes of one of the warriors in, is it Atlantis that they're in? I think so. And then we have a whale, which is super cool. I love that whale. And then we have the flag of something. Is that the Wakanda flag? I don't know. I don't remember seeing this flag at all in my life. And then we have, I think that's Namor. Maybe when we like first meet him or something. I don't know. That is Namor for sure. Okay, and then let's see. Over here we get like, I don't know, the full version of this scene with the Queen. Interesting. And then I forget what scene this is. Maybe a funeral or something. But yeah, another scene there. We have some more deco. I feel like we were kind of gypped on the deco. Like there's not a lot of it, and what there is pretty large, so it's going to be kind of hard to work with. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, and then we have M'Baku, I think is his name, and then we have Namor again, where we can actually see his face. So I'm really glad these two guys were given their own full boxes, because they were pretty important too. Well, obviously Namor was important, but M'Baku also had a pretty big role in this movie. And we have our rounded boxes, we have our little things, solid color labels and patterns, and then we have the Queen with her own full box, which again, it's awesome. And then our bottom washi. Let me just quickly check to see, because I think one of these colors wasn't writable. Yeah, that's kind of not really writable, but oh wells. I can usually make do with the amount of like little things that are in these kits, and other like fancy labels and stuff, even if a color isn't writable. So that is my main order from SPC. Next, I'm going to show you the March mystery from SPC. So I don't want to spoil this for y'all. So I will be showing it in 5 seconds if you want to click away now. I have timestamps below if you want to just fast forward to the next section. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it is, March mystery. Again, these purples. I was telling you, these purples are having a moment, and I'm here for it. So gorgeous. So this is a very butterfly heavy kit, which is why it comes with butterfly foil. But this, I think, is one of those kits that you can kind of use to mark when a bad thing happens in your life, or like a tragedy or something, but you can mark it in like a beautiful way. So Glam Planner already did this, I think, with the Until We Meet Again kit, and I have like 4 of those. Like I have so many, just in case, but I'm glad I have like a different version of that just in case. Not that I've had to use these to mark anything, you know, knock on wood, but I am happy for these types of kits, and also they could just be used as anytime kits because they are beautiful. Like this double box scene just kills me how beautiful it is. Like, I don't know, I feel like this place and this time of day with this lighting, like I would honestly like get married in a situation like that. That's beautiful. Like that would be my happy place right there. Look at that statue. I feel like it doesn't like get enough of a chance to shine because it's so small, but you can tell that statue is very well drawn. But yeah, we have other stuff. We have some manicure there. We have gorgeous girl with her little sparkly tears and butterfly dress. That's cool. I need to figure out how to do that kind of translucent effect. And then we have this girl with the pink hair and butterflies in her hair, of course. More gorgeous flowers. Again, these flowers, they never miss. Gorgeous butterflies. Looks like we have, I think it's like an astronomical map, like a map of stars and constellations. And then I think that's a lollipop just randomly. And then we have like a letter that was ripped in half. Darling, and then forever yours. So that could be like kind of a breakup type situation. And then we have a necklace that says angel. And then I think that's another type of like notebook. The key. And then we have our deco. And then we have more versions of the nails. Glitter headers. Rounded boxes. Solid. These colors are so pretty. Solid little things. Solid labels. And then pattern labels. These patterns are gorgeous as well. Oh, this bunny. They're so cute, bunny. Yeah, that is a more photorealistic bunny. I feel like that'd be the only way to make a bunny look like a bunny, though. And then, oh yeah, bottom washi, of course, also gorgeous. You can see the constellations ever so lightly in the top one. And the bottom one. And then we have our 5th color sampler, which is, I love when her 5th color sampler is a writable color, because she's been doing a lot of dark ones lately, and like this whole section I can't use, but love this. And then I think this is the first kit, the first mystery kit that I've had, where she includes her icons like in colors of the kit, or maybe the first one that I remember seeing, but this is really fun. I love that's included. And then we have our alternate skin tone hair colors for this fashion go right here. I like the purple hair one, I'll probably just keep that. But you can get one that's like a more natural hair color. And then I love this tall box scene with the rainbow and the waterfall. Like, that is gorgeous. Very obsessed with that. And then our last fashion girl page has a more natural hair color for that girl. We have a full box of the waterfall scene, and then we have another fashion girl here who's like a fairy. Very pretty. So that is March Mystery, and the foil bundle is of course her butterfly bundle in, it looks like hollow. I feel like lavender hollow would have been the choice. I'm not seeing any lavender right now. I actually don't have my my lights attuned to foil, so let me adjust one of them and see if that helps. It literally looks like hollow. I mean, I don't really care what it is. I'll probably use it with it anyway. Looks like hollow. Alright, let's put it back to kit lighting and go through it. So we have our 2 pages of full box overlays. This one is a double box scene. If you put the ones on both pages together, we have headers over here, we have underlays. Super cute. We have the icons and scripts, and then we have the bottom washi, alternate headers, tiny deco, date dots as well. I like this all cover washi overlay. I need to start doing something like that. I do have some in my shop if you want additional options of butterfly foil, but I do like this bundle that comes with it, so I will be keeping it together. Okay. That is March Mystery, and also I forgot, one kit I already had out of its packaging, because I am going to do a plan with me with this next, is the Dark Arts kit, which is the Harry Potter kit that is the newest. I feel like there's so much Harry Potter content you can use to make kits that whenever one comes out, it's just like always a banger, and they're all kind of unique. That's why I have a whole Harry Potter kit binder. It is like the only like single property that I have an entire binder devoted to, because I have so many kits. But yeah, this one I want to choose right away because I'm using this to mark the week that we watched the last Harry Potter main series movie together. We are 2.5 movies through Fantastic Beasts. We haven't watched the second half of the last one, but we'll get to it. I don't think I have any Fantastic Beasts kit. I think I had one and used one when I saw the first Fantastic Beasts movie, but there haven't been any since then, which somebody please get on it. Even if they don't make any more movies, I would love to have a kit. Anyways, I thought this would be appropriate for movie number 7 part 2. We have some like very perfect versions of Voldemort and Bellatrix. I love that. I love her hair. Like, they literally look so accurate. Sorry, I just had a hiccup. They look like the actors themselves. Then we have, of course, double box scene of the castle, which I love the castle every time I see it. It is perfect, and there's like Dementors around it. And look at that sky. So pretty. And then we have a double box scene of Azkaban after it's been broken into, or I guess the Death Eaters broke out of it. And let's see, we have the diary, the Horcrux from book 2, and then we have Lucius Malfoy's cane, which the top part is his wand. You can like pull it out and use it as a wand. I'm not sure whose wand that is, actually. I don't recognize anybody's wand that has like a skull at the end, but that's pretty cool. And then we have a Death Eater mask, which is perfect. I don't exactly know what potion this is, but I love it. I love the colors. And then we have the 3 unforgivable curses written on a parchment. Very nice. I love that. And then over here, let's see, we have alternate skin tones of the dark mark on the arm, which actually is super cool. I drew this on my own arm as like a tattoo using Sharpie, I think. I went through a phase in high school where I would just like draw on my arms and like give myself tattoos or whatever that way. Like, it looks pretty cool. But of course, I didn't draw it upside down. I drew it like right side up, so it actually looked like that, whereas in reality it would go like that. But still, it was cool. So that's kind of a fun throwback to like how I looked back then. And then I picked up the extra boxes, which we have our tall box of the Dementor. And then we have one full box of the Thestral. And then Creature gets his own full box. I mean, as far as house elves go, I guess he would be considered pretty dark out of all of them. He is a grouch. He is, well, at first he's a grouch, just like rude and like racist and all that, but then he like becomes their friend basically, and he becomes like super nice and like cooks for them and all that, which is super sweet. So I don't know if he necessarily deserves to be here. Definitely the Thestrals don't deserve to be here. They're just animals. I mean, they're just living their lives. But still, I think it's, the more characters the better. I'm all for that. And then we have some deco. We have plenty of Deathly Hallows symbols in there, because why not, I guess. I'm really worried about how writable these colors are going to be, which is to say they're probably not going to be at all. Rounded labels, headers, and then I love this double box scene of Malfoy Manor, which I'm pretty sure it is Malfoy Manor. Is it? Is it? I can't think of what else it would be. It's the only other like really dark location aside from the graveyard, which I think is represented somewhere in this kit. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's Malfoy Manor. But I love that that's represented, because it like never is represented anywhere. But it looks very cool. And then we have our little things, which again, these two are not writable, which is sad that 2 of them are not, because that's going to be a potential problem. We have our solid color labels. We have our patterned labels. That's like lightning. That's pretty cool. And there we go. There's the graveyard, like I said. I feel like this definitely could have been like a bigger box because of like the detail on that. That's insane. That statue on Tom Riddle Sr.'s grave. Very cool. And then our bottom washi. So this kit isn't going to look great with foil over it. I still have to like pick what colors I'm going to do for foil, but that will be a problem for after this video. So yeah, that is Dark Arts. I am very excited about that. Another brilliant job. Okay, so now that we're done with SPC, let's go into Glam Planner. We'll start with the 2 kits that I actually have in my possession right now. These I picked up from the Buy Sell Trade. One of them I thought was a different kit. So now I just have this kit that I don't necessarily think I would have picked up otherwise. But this one I definitely wanted. And this one is the Apple Orchard kit, which was, I think, a mystery. Yeah, it was October 2022 mystery from last year. And the minute I saw people using this, I was like, I need that more than anything else in the world. And so I waited patiently until I had the chance to purchase it, and then I saw it in the Buy Sell Trade, and I hopped on it. So my patience was rewarded. Obviously, I'm obsessed with apples and apple pie. Everything apple related, and so a kit devoted to that is like, this is my reason for existing. And I do have a whole apple pie foil collection to go with it, so perfect. And this is another, I think, Soleil Studio custom masterpiece. So again, very photorealistic. But yeah, I think these are like apple cider donuts, but I don't think I've actually had in real life. And then there's the actual apple cider, double box scene of the like farmhouse or whatever. Clothing flat lay. That would be a really cute outfit. Whenever I see a clothing flat lay, I always want to see how it would look on a person, because like it looks like it'd be a really cute outfit, but like I don't know for sure. And then we have a little squirrel, I think, for some reason. Delicious looking apple pie. We have some boots, and then we have the crates of apples. Big box is of the actual orchard and the actual picking, which I don't even think I've gone actual apple picking. I think I went to an orchard once, and like it was at the end of the season, and there was like all the apples had like fallen and been picked already, and the ones that were on the ground were like rotted, and so we like picked one, but it like wasn't a good apple. So very sad experience, but I'd really love to go when it's the season for apple picking. And then we have our check boxes that I always destash. We have the double box scene of the pickup truck, which I think I did actually include in my foil collection, because I don't know, it just seems like something that thematically makes sense to have. And there's other random labels on that page. More random labels. We have the deco, sidebar stuff, cutout icons, giant beacon banner. I feel like this is a new format. I don't think I've seen these glitters in the little things before, but yeah, we have glitter little things, and then we have some patterned washi. Here's the actual glitter headers, and then the wash little things, the blank ones, which I love. I think that is still writable. And yes, the dinner's header, which I love. Triplicated bottom washi, which I always include a 10 and 7mm bottom washi if you're using Glam Planner kits. And then the fashion page, which has this fashion girl with several versions, and then the hand with the apple. And then there is a label sampler. I don't know if this kit came with extra boxes. Probably not, because there was a whole extra page. But can't wait to use that at some point. And then she did, it did come with her foil that goes over full boxes specifically. And I tried this once, and the first time it like kind of looked okay, so I didn't mind. But the most recent time I tried it, I put them all on, hated it, and then used undo to like take all of these off. So I will be destashing these. They just kind of like take away from the artwork too much. It's a really fun idea, but you can't cover up Soleil Studio artwork. You just can't do it. So yeah, these will be destashed. But I love this kit so much. And then this is the kit that I like picked up by accident, so I guess I just have it now. This is the January 2023 mystery kit. And every time I look at it, I think it's supposed to represent something, like some kind of like property, like movie or book or something. Like, it's a castle. It's gotta be something, right? But I don't know what. I cannot tell. Like, there's stuff in it. There's like a sword and a scabbard, like a crown, and I'm like, what is this supposed to be? I wish I knew. So if it is supposed to represent something and you know what it's supposed to represent, let me know. It's called noble. Like, maybe that means something to somebody. Maybe it was said at one point and I just missed it. Like, what game? I don't think it's Game of Thrones, but like it's gotta be something. And I feel like I'm going crazy. So whatever it is, I have it now, and I'd like to figure out like if there's a time I'm supposed to use it, or if it's just gonna be like a winter anytime kit for me. So I don't know. I guess I could use it as that anyway, but like I'd like to know if it's meant to be for something. But it looks like kind of like a wintry log cabin type thing. We have a wolf statue thing. We have a moose that looks like a person in a cloak. We have our double box scene of the cabin interior. Some interesting chandeliers up there with the antlers. And then we have this like antler crystal crown type thing on a book. We have a letter, which again feels like it should be important to the story of whatever this kit is trying to tell. Then we have the double box, or the big box, like I said, which is of this gorgeous castle. It's winter castle with the winter woods outside. Oh, I love it so much. I love the big boxes in these kits. And then we have our checklist, which I'm going to destash. We have our double box scene of the bed. I love these colors. They're gorgeous. Nice patterns as well. So we have this label page, deco page, little things, more little things and headers, and then bottom washi, and then Fashion Girl, which, again, this girl's got a crown. She looks like Charlize Theron, or however you say that. Looks like it's meant to be something. Could not tell you for the life of me. And then we have hands with a lantern. So I still love this kit. Like, it's really gorgeous. The art is, of course, perfect, as always. Label sampler. I just wish I knew. And then here we have some underlays and header overlays. I don't know why there's only 12 underlays, but there's 12 underlays, so live with it, I guess. I think I will keep this, because, like, why not? It'll be useful for something. It's not going to cover up everything, so there's Noble. And then, yeah, that's basically it for this section. So I guess I'm just going to wait until I have the other two Glam Planner kits, and then we'll just slide right into that. Okay guys, so I am back with the last two kits from Glam Planner that have arrived. So I am just going to finish out the haul with these. I did print off all of my printable kits, and turns out there was like 15 of them, so that is going to be part of the next haul along with the next few orders that have come in. There is one more that I'm waiting on that I may or may not include in the next haul. I already have enough, I think, to fill up one more haul, so I'm going to try to film that right after this, and we'll see. But yeah, I've been kind of like buying a lot of stickers lately, as you can tell, and Glam Planner actually had new releases pretty like right after this sale that happened, so there are a couple more kits I still need to pick up. I haven't purchased them yet, but they're on my wish list, so I'm gonna wait for them to build up a little bit more new releases, and then I'll pick them up. So here we have the two from the new releases that came out during the sale. This one is the next one in her Villains line, which was a very old, well, not a very old kit necessarily, but like it's in the previous format. This is the new format. This is the older one, because she had this for a while, but like went on hiatus and then just didn't release it until afterwards. So I'm glad she's still doing the Villains line, or at least still releasing stuff. I hope she does have more plans to actually like get designed and everything. Because I really just like any pop culture reference whatsoever. So this is part of the Disney villain line, and I really like how it is not like necessarily a Disney princess villain, because we've had those, but this is just like a general Disney movie villain. This kit is called Yzma. Obviously it's based off of Emperor's New Groove, so there's Yzma herself, and then we have some of Kronk, and then some of Kuzco the llama, which is hilarious. I don't know necessarily how much like a llama that looks. I was talking to somebody who said that it looks kind of more like Mickey Mouse, which honestly agree. So yes, but either way, love the art as always. I believe this is another Silly Studio. I believe that she uses her for pretty much all of her customs, so obviously the art is going to be perfect. We have what looks like a spanakopita, which is like one of my favorite dishes. I think it's a primarily Greek dish, which would make sense. Actually, no, it wouldn't make sense at all, because this is like supposed to be Aztec themed, but I don't know. Either way, delicious. And then we have the poison for Kuzco, the poison specifically to kill Kuzco. And then we have the little like minecart situation going on, and then we have the secret lab. A lot of fun references. We have the checklists, which I am going to destash as always. We have our extra two full boxes, which is the throne, and then Yzma's like little lab scientist outfit. Super cute. I like all these bright colors for the color scheme. It's really fun. So there's just kind of some miscellaneous stuff on this page, and then some more miscellaneous on this page. Again, this was old format, so we still have our checklists and our glitter check. I do love these two flags that are included still. And then we have our deco, scripts, and other miscellany. I like all the potions that are in the deco. That's fun. And then we have the headers, washi, other random things on this page. And then we have the little things, circle icons. I like how the third boxes are just randomly scattered throughout the kit. It's really funny. And then we have the triplicated bottom washi, date covers, and work labels. So we have that, and then for the extra stuff, I always pick it up with all of the extras. Not usually the label sampler. I don't think I need it, but I feel like I could be wrong about that. I do have plenty of like leftovers though, so I'm not really that worried. So here we have the glitter headers. This was back when they were separate from the kit, and then we have the big box, which I love, love, love. Every single one of Glam Planner's big boxes, they're just like perfect. And obviously this is perfect as well. And then we have another double box scene of the dining table. Love it. Literally, Emperor's New Groove is one of my favorite Disney movies. So I have like kind of categories of Disney movies in terms of like which ones are my favorites, because you can't just choose one like favorite in general, because like Disney owns like every movie basically, so you have to separate it out. So my favorite Disney princess movie is Beauty and the Beast. My favorite animated Disney movie in general is Treasure Planet. My favorite like comedy Disney movie is Emperor's New Groove. So there you go. It's the winner of that spot. And my favorite live action, probably, it was since Disney owns so much now, Holes is my favorite movie of all time, just in general. So that's got to be number one. And then now that they own, actually, never mind, they've always owned Pirates of the Caribbean. So Pirates of the Caribbean 3 At World's End is also one of my favorite movies of all time. So, yes. Although, honestly, there's a lot of competition for the next spots in the Disney animated movie list. I also really like Coco. I would say that is probably number 2. Alrighty. So next we have Red Riding Hood, which was the November 2022 mystery of last year. So this was the one that I thought I was like buying when I bought the January 2023, and I just like don't know how I could get that so wrong. I just knew that it was like Red Riding Hood themed, and I didn't remember like any of the art. And obviously it's like a completely different style, so that's on me for just like not even thinking. But it's okay, because I did pick it up because it was brought to shop, so I'm very happy about that. She did bring a few of her recent mysteries too. Well, not that recent actually. I think only the 2022 ones are in the shop now, not the 2023 ones. So I am going to be eagerly awaiting those to be brought to shop. I think she like waits a year or like a while, so maybe a while before those are brought to shop. But I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for at least the arcade mystery, which I think was like last month or the month before that, but it was fairly recent, so I need that mystery as well. So that is on my wish list. But yeah, I'm thankful that I was able to pick up the Red Riding Hood, because I think Glam Planner actually did do a Red Riding Hood kit like years and years and years ago. I don't know, somebody did. I think this like vaguely comes to mind. But like we haven't had any like standard quote unquote Red Riding Hood art that's like from a modern artist. And this one is really from Dusk Design Art, so she's super modern right now. She's still doing a lot of customs for people. She's not doing like any like public art sets. I feel like I don't know the proper word for that. I just call them public instead of like custom exclusive, but like, you know what I mean, like everybody can buy them. So she's like not doing any of those, because she's like all booked up on customs for people, which is great because I do love all of her custom art that she does for people. But I just like, we love her art so much, we need like more of it. So anyways, I'll take what I can get, which is great because now we have a Riding Hood. And I mean, it's like a kind of lesser known fairy tale, not lesser known, but like it doesn't have a lot of importance in the pop culture zeitgeist, shall we say, compared to other fairy tales. So it's like, there have been like movie adaptations of it, but none of them are like super standard. Like Disney has adapted like every fairy tale basically ever, but like they haven't done like, you know, a standard Disney's Red Riding Hood or whatever. I think we had like Into the Woods, which I think was like a musical and then also a movie. I think that was like vaguely Red Riding Hood based. I don't even know. I have no clue. I haven't even seen it. And then obviously there is the Hoodwinks animated movie series, which is pretty good. So, and that's, like, again, also not even super true to, like, the original tale, which doesn't have much to go on anyway, but, like, they just kind of took it in, like, 10 different directions. So I don't even know. I feel like I don't have anything, like, truly proper to use this kit to mark, per se, so I just might use it whenever, until that happens and, like, somebody does something with it. So I might just also hoard it in case somebody does, because people still love adapting things into movies, and I love that it is still happening. So there's still a chance. And let me know if you know of any, like, actual adaptations that are fairly, like, true to the original story, or, like, in the same kind of, like, genre or, like, feeling as the original story, and not trying to, like, turn it into some other genre. Let me know. So either way, I had to get this because it's fairy tale and I love fairy tales. So yeah, we have the book right here, Little Red Riding Hood, and then we have a little sign to Grandma's house. We have the wolf, which is, I guess, a white wolf in this version. We have the little basket with the cloak and the apples. We have, looks like, the inside of the house, which has your grandma's apple pie jam, I would assume, and then a warm apple pie scented candle, which reminds me, I was going to change my wax today and I forgot to change my wax melt. So that reminds me. Double box scene of the outside of Grandma's house, and then we have a pie here, which of course I love. Always love some apple pie. Speaking of, I do have apple pie foil. Since there's a lot of apples in this kit, if you want to use that apple pie foil for this kit, I would suggest that, because obviously I don't have Red Riding Hood themed foil, but, you know, if you need something, that's probably what I'm going to use. Probably what I'm going to pull in. And then we have our checklist, which I thought she got rid of, but maybe not in the mystery format. And then, let's see, we have 2 extra full boxes. I am obsessed with the color scheme for this. This, like, red, this particular shade of green, and then the grays is just, like, literally everything I want in life. And that's probably also a big reason why I got this kit in the first place, because the color scheme is, like, my favorite. So we have these mushrooms, which are super cute, and then a little lantern and some kind of flannel something. And this is the newer format. So again, we have just random boxes in sets of 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Who knows why? Then 4 flag thingies over there. At least we get our 2 page flags, because that's really all I need. And then we have this random page. Her format is still, like, the most random thing. I'm pretty sure I think this is actually kind of older. I think some of it's been replaced. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I know she does her mysteries way ahead of time, so it's quite possible that this is fairly old. But we have some rounded boxes, fancy labels, quarter boxes, which are, I think, literally the exact same size as fancy labels, so I couldn't even really call them quarter boxes. Those, I believe, are... Nope, I believe those are the same size. So we have patterned quarter boxes up there, patterned washi, which I like that is still included, because I feel like shops are trending away from that. And then third boxes up there. Do we have any half boxes even in here at all? Aside from those rounded ones? I don't think so. I don't think there's any squared halves, which is unfortunate, because I don't like the rounded boxes. We have habit checklists, habit trackers, which are also extremely old format, and I'm not a fan of those. I'm surprised that the contour icons are still in there. But yeah, we have the deco, and then we have the solid little things page. Actually, solid and patterned. The red is a little bit dark. I don't know how readable that is, but it is what it is. Some more rounded boxes down there, and some larger pattern washi. And then I do like these solid little things that, like, don't have anything else whatsoever on them. I do love the headers still included, because I do use the dinners one. And then we have glitter headers. And then lastly, the triplicated bottom washi, date covers, work labels. I didn't pick it up. I think this was included, the label sampler, which is good, because I feel like I might need this. So we have that, and then we have the big box, which is the inside of Grandma's house, so you can, like, see a better view of the bed. So it's kind of like that, but without the stuff in front. So yeah, the bed and the bedside table. And then we have the fashion girls, which are, you know, the Little Red Riding Hood character herself. And that's how you know for sure that it's Duskart, because her faces are pretty distinctive. Alright, and that is Red Riding Hood. So that is it for this Glam Planner order, but again, now that we know that she's back, there's going to be a ton more. I also forgot to go over the foil, but honestly, I'm not going to use like barely any of it, so because she does this foil that goes specifically over each full box, which is super cool in the idea, but in the practice, like it just covers up way too much of the art. So, and then if you're going to do border overlays, don't make them full cover, because then you have to like write first. I don't know, I like mine better because mine are contour cut. And then we have bottom washi, and these date cover overlays are fun because they are in the same font, but I don't know for sure if I'm going to use this like shattered glass hollow foil color specifically. I feel like I'm just going to go with a red maybe. I don't know if I have a specific red that would work. I feel like red glitter might actually be the vibe. Just do some red glitter apple pie foil. That might be the vibe. So yeah, now that's officially it for this section of the haul and also this haul in general. So keep an eye out for more Glam Planner kits. Also let me know if you're excited also that she's back and what you picked up and what you hope to see from her in the future, because I feel like there's going to be some good stuff coming. So I'm very excited about that. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be amazing. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.